Hey guys, welcome back to NBA Orb. Today we'll talk about the most dirty players in the NBA. Let's head into it. Meta World Peace. Imagine being such a dirty player that you literally have to change your name to World Peace just to rewrite the narrative, such as the life of Ron Artest, whose spastic style helped make him an all-star, but also took center stage at the biggest brawl in NBA history. Before the infamous Malice at the Palace back in 2004, Artest was celebrated as one of the best defenders in the league. Unfortunately, his career transformed into an instant when he rushed into the stands that night and punched a fan in the face. Suddenly, his unusual style that once saw him pants Paul Pierce in the middle of the game took on a darker edge, nearly driving him out of the league. In 2011, Artest made the name change, hoping to rebrand himself. An elbow to the head of James Harden shortly thereafter, which caused a concussion, didn't help the process. Still, World Peace slowly succeeded in moving the narrative, becoming a champion and mental health advocate with the Lakers. The one thing that did never change though was his energetic play, which was always teetered on that fine line between Ron Artest and Meta World Peace. Draymond Green. If you don't think Draymond Green is a dirty player, feel free to ask Steven Adams, or more accurately, ask Adams' pair of personal mini basketballs. The burly Thunder sender has taken not one but two cheap shots to the groin from Green over the years. In fact, upon receiving his second kick, he even complimented the loudmouth champ's aim by calling it pretty accurate. Draymond himself all but admitted he played dirty back in 2017, when he copped to hitting James Harden's injured wrist as payback. Whether it's a jersey grab or a clothesline, a love tap or an all-out tackle, Green isn't afraid to get his hands dirty during a game. In fact, he amassed so many technical fouls during the 2016 playoffs that he received a suspension for Game 5 of the finals. The Cavalier won that game in the series, and Draymond went on to blame himself for the loss. Now, if you think that's changed his game, you were sadly mistaken. The flagrant fouls have continued. Along with the winning, Green now has 3 rings and counting. Dikembe Mutombo. Dikembe Mutombo is famously one of the nicest people to ever play in the NBA, a league ambassador beloved around the world. He's won awards for his international health efforts and even founded a 300-bed hospital in the colony's capital, Kinshasa, paying $15 million of the startup costs out of his own pocket. Truly astounding. Then again, he might want to build a hospital stateside too, because you could fill a ward with the players he injured while playing in the NBA. ESPN charted every injury he ever dished back in 2004, and the list reads like a who's who of basketball superstars. Michael Jordan got a bloodied nose in 1996. Ray Allen had his nose broken in 2001. Vince Carter got hit in the head so hard he couldn't return to Game 6 of the 2001 Eastern Conference semifinals. Mutombo's elbows were lethal weapons in his playing days, responsible for more broken bones and bloodied bodies than a Sharknado. Not bad for an award-winning humanitarian. Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley made his bones in the NBA by breaking a few. He was the ultimate enforcer in his playing days, protecting Michael Jordan's drives to the hoop before switching teams and trying to stop him at all costs. His habit of throwing punches stated early in his career, when he broke the nose of Paul Mogeski all the way back in 1987. From there, the fights became legion. From his scrap with Xavier McDaniels that spilled into the stands, to his body slam of Charles Barkley during a preseason game, he didn't take crap from anybody. And once an enforcer, always an enforcer, it would seem for the Knicks legend. In recent years, he's been picking fights with Knicks security staff, leveling Al Harrington during his Big 3 debut, and openly mocking on his old foe Barkley on Twitter. Oh, Charles, a tough guy to the end.
You know, I never played dirty like some of these guys just do stuff out the ordinary. And I did a lot of trap.
Reggie Evans. Reggie Evans might not be the biggest name on this list, but he more than makes up for it with his testy play. Literally, during the 2006 playoffs, Chris Kaman slammed a Denver Nugget to the ground after getting his junk grabbed from behind. Not exactly how they teach rebounding in training camp, Reggie. Kaman admitted he was nervous about how to respond to the unexpected tactic because he didn't want to get thrown out of the game. That is until he told the ref what happened. One of the refs said he would have knocked him out. It was crazy. Evans was such a headache on the court that his fellow players voted him the league's dirtiest player in both 2010 and 2012. A largely one-dimensional player, he could rebound and not much else. Evans made his way through the NBA by kicking, punching, and grabbing anyone he could get his hands on. It's a living, apparently. Chris Paul. It's clear that the NBA's dirtiest players love to grab some groins and punch some berries, but one player has turned the act into art form. Chris Paul, spokesman for your parents' favorite insurance company and president of the National Basketball Players Association, isn't just a 9-time All-Star, he's also a rock banger extraordinaire. He got his start while still a student at Wake Forest, delivering a low blow to NC State star Julius Hodge. His next scrotal smack wouldn't come for a decade, but it was a doozy when he delivered a shot to Chris Kaman. Yes, that, Chris Kaman. Poor guy, let's hope that he froze some sperm before he hit the NBA. Kevin Durant would be next, followed by a sly forearm to the junk of Rudy Gobert. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 4 times, stop hitting me in the nuts. No wonder everyone in the NBA hates Chris Paul. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was the original wild man of the NBA, riding his bizarre antics to superstar status. Whether he was wearing wedding dresses, sleeping with celebrities, or just running through buckets of hair dye, he always found a way to make the headline. But as out of control as he was off the court, he was even more on it. Whether it was a nasty hip check or a full-on tackle, Rodman was an equal opportunity offender. It didn't matter if you were like a giant like Shaquille O'Neal or the smallest superstar in NBA history like Allen Iverson, an NBA icon like Michael Jordan, or a sideline cameraman, he was ready to absolutely hammer you for going for a rebound. If weird head games didn't work, he'd just unleash a headbutt. Anything to help his team win, but no matter how infuriating his play could be seen at times, it worked. He spent years torturing the Chicago Bulls as a member of the Pistons, kicking and elbowing them out of the playoffs and onto the injured reserve, only to join them for 3 championship runs. He may have been dirty, but it delivered him 5 rings in the end. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.